Twitch deserves a bankruptcy for promoting this. Yes, chat, we are now talking about mattress actresses again. You know, mattress actresses, the one that want your man pickle juice so they can make money off it. Anyways, you get the idea. This is by Ref. We're going in. This is on Twitch as usual, but by the the platform that is owned by the Gooner Daddy Clancy, right? We're going in. We're going in. We'll see about that. Also, please consider liking and subscribing. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Every little bit of support counts and matters, especially now. And yeah, we'll go in. Classic Twitch, right? Classic Twitch.
Hey, what's up, guys?
We talked about Mork Pie, the last time, right? Where she essentially just had a straight up just a fetish on display, right? With dudes just in a complete latex suit, essentially being treated like dogs, like pets, right? You get the idea. Makes sense. Makes sense. We'll go in
Here. So in this video, we're once again looking at Twitch and asking the very basic question: what does Twitch want their identity to be known as? Because for years, this was a platform primarily
for games, and I wish it would go back to games. It's no longer games. It's very interesting, right? Remember, see, Twitch is trying desperately to produce any form of financial success. At least that's what it seems to me. Because remember, Twitch is not profitable. If Amazon dropped them, they would be bankrupt pretty quickly. That's the only reason they're even pushing a lot of adult content. And I wonder how far this will eventually get, right? I wonder how far this will eventually get for Daddy Clancy.
For gamers, but now it's devolved into something that is truly regrettable in many senses. Number one, people are...
It reminds me a bit of Chatterbait. I'll be real. It does. It does. It very much does, yeah.
Are looking at this platform and believing it's catering to and hosting a whole group of content that has no business being on a 13+ website. And also a lot of people believe this platform plays favorites and selectively enforces its TOS when it feels like it. Now, all of this has happened under the very...
Well, that's nothing new, right? We know that, right? They enforce the different standards on VTubers than they do on mattress actresses, which is a problem.
Very careful watch, and I mean very close watch, of CEO Dan Clancy, who has allowed stuff like this to happen. Yes, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep, that is the second clip that I was talking about the last time. Funny, he censored. I think he censored it. Did he censor it? Did somebody else censor it? Regardless. Well, yeah, there you have it. There you fucking have it, right? That's what it looks like. It's not particularly fun. It's kind of bad that this is a thing now on Twitch. Look over there. She even has her own Kaya.
And a second GIMP suit has hit the Morg Pie streams. We are once again looking at the absolute degenerative Olympics that Twitch has become. This is a 13+ website that creators, talents, whatever you want to call people like Morg Pie, are taking advantage of. They know that they can get away with anything they want, so that's what they're going to do. They're going to farm content on this platform and use it as a way to promote their off-site adult content, because at worst, they're going to get a 1-day ban. And for Morg Pie, she's racked up over a dozen at this point and is not afraid of what Dan...
Yeah, she is a habitual rule breaker, right? We had that with Fifi as well, who's also one, right, on the VTuber side. And yeah, she's a habitual rule breaker, and the issue is that she's trying this because she's trying to go as far with as much as the TOS allow it. And if she gets banned for it, she will just adjust and try to find new loopholes, right? It's a constant way of like finding loopholes, finding holes in the TOS that you can sneak through, right? And Twitch has to obviously, they do to try to adjust them, but this has been going on for a while, so I wonder if this will have any consequences or not. I don't know. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But the problem is, I mean, you can see the problem, right? There's a 13+ website. This is on a 13+ website. This is not 13+. Moving on.
Clancy is going to do next. So not only are we going to look at this latest set of antics here, but also during that same time, Morgpie hosted another quote unquote talent who went.
Yeah, that's not the talent. That's just it's just so weird. I'm gonna laugh when these when these chicks just straight up right eventually want to start families. Wouldn't that be funny? I mean, there's gonna be a watcher. That's all I'm gonna say. A man who sits on a chair and watches, who's definitely gonna pick one of these, right? Is like no self-respect.
On her stream and said that white people are an inferior race. Yes, this, to answer the question, is the identity of Twitch. Hosting completely inappropriate content for a 13 plus platform.
Well, aren't these women are white? How? These chicks are white? Or am I stupid? These chicks are white. They look white. I've seen some pretty white Latinas, but like still, that is white.
Platform, and also hosting people who will say stuff like that with no fear of being banned. Now, before we get into all the Twitch stuff, a quick reminder that there's only 2 days left on the official Rev plushie campaign with Ooh Market. We are over 300% funded at this point. Here is the 360 view. If you have not checked this out, you can find a link to this campaign in the pinned comment. Thank you guys so much for the support on this campaign. Make sure to get one before it is gone in just 2 days. It greatly helps out the channel and also helps out with future merch opportunities as well. So again, link in the pinned comment. Be sure to check it out before it's gone. So really, this is the sort of mindset we have with this video. It's a classic tale. If you give a mouse a cookie, that describes what's going on with Twitch to a T. Because what's happening here is a group of people who get away with everything and receive little to no punishment, continuing to push the boundaries because they know it will financially benefit them in one form or another. One of those people to do that is Morgpie. Morgpie pretty much has caused the entire rulebook to be developed on suggestive content.
What on earth is that starting soon screen? What is that? What is this starting soon screen? Yeah, this shit would have been demonetized on YouTube easily, like no question about it, right? With this starting soon screen, demonetization quite easy. But you can solve this emoji so I can divert your attention. I have no idea what this is, but it looks very interesting. Looks like an eye.
Content at this point. She has been banned over 13 times on Twitch in the last couple years alone. There are multiple rules in the handbook.
It's like crazy, right? 3 strikes YouTube, you're gone. 13 bans Twitch. If you have the right cup size, you can just continue existing.
That are directly about her because she finds a certain rule and tries to either bend it or violate it in many cases to her own financial benefit and also to promote her content, her adult content that is off site. That is the entire process she does. She ends up getting banned for typically a day, comes back and does it all over again. But instead of having a spine and getting rid of her, Dan Clancy and Twitch have allowed this behavior. They have enabled this behavior to continue and continue. Now, recently we talked about this clip that went viral from a Morgpie stream where, as you can see, she had someone playing as a pet on her stream wearing a gimp suit. This is obviously some content that does not belong on Twitch. I mean, it's really that simple. Like, is this what Twitch wants?
Translated from Turkish, you know, it's actually hilarious, right? It's actually hilarious how right, we can just interact now with each other on Twitter. Not everything gets translated yet perfectly, but this is major progress. But yeah, pet, you heard that right? It doesn't belong on a 13 plus website. It just doesn't. On it's apparently an amulet. Bro, that looks like Big Brother is watching me. I'm sorry.
Wants to be known for? Can we at least agree that that is not what people thought Twitch was going to end up being, or at least their identity would be reflected as in this current state? Given years ago, this was a platform primarily for gamers. Now it's turned into this. It's absolutely pathetic. Like, this is a platform where either you're going to see dogs getting shocked or you're going to see pets being used as props for, really, let's just be honest, softcore adult content. That's really what this is. And Morgue Pie is so smug and so unafraid of punishment that she's mocking the situation. She would quote that viral post that was seen by millions, promoting herself and promoting the exact theme she was promoting on the stream because she knows nothing's going to happen. Now, as we saw, a lot of people were just tired of seeing this content on Twitch in general, but also they were pointing out the hypocrisy that she can get away with doing stuff like that as a face.
They get all away with doing stuff like that. They can literally smash on Twitch and get away with it. Remember the chick that got back shots? And you were only able to see the reflection, but you were still able to see that she was getting something. 3 days was it, right? What was it? I'm pretty sure it was not a week. So there's that. There is that.
Camera, but if you were a VTuber, you are likely to get banned for anything close to that, and that's definitely grounded in some truth. The rules for VTubers, and specifically with their attire, is a lot more strict than real-life streamers. And of course, Morgue Pie would call out the VTubing scene for being mad about this and making themselves the center of attention.
Anytime anybody does something controversial on Twitch, the VTubers all come out. They're like, but we can't do whatever we want all the time. Okay, but you can't have exposed hips. Yeah.
I said this the last time, I'm gonna say this again. Why does she have such a long face? She looks like a horse here. The makeup's really doing something. She looks like a horse here. She really looks like Unga, therefore, or a cave. Like, she has like such a interesting face here. Unga, therefore a bunga. Anyways, Kim Kardashian was streaming backshots. That was not Kim Kardashian. That was someone else. That was someone else. Ah, yes, her face. It's so long in this. It's really long in this. I don't know why.
Yeah, because it explicitly says that in the TOS that you just read the TOS! You know what I do when I wanna do something on stream? I just read.
We know that you read the TOS. Do you want to know how we know that you read the TOS? You want to know how we know that you read the TOS? Because you try to desperately find loopholes in there and holes in there so you can do this weird freaky shit on a 13 plus website so you can already funnel young boys into your OF. Anyways, moving on.
I just read the TOS. I just read the TOS. It explicitly says it in the TOS that you can't show your hips on stream. That's been a thing for like 2 years. Dude, that shit changed like 2 years ago. That's 2024, man.
Now, as you can see, a community note was applied to the relevant tweet sharing this clip, saying Twitch has been known to bend their own rules to favor top streamers. If the TOS was enforced fairly, Morgue Pie would have been banned already, which is very true and reflects a lot of the complaints about this situation and Twitch as a platform. And also, just listening to Morgue Pie speak is insufferable. But she would also add a quote to that tweet saying that she loves VTubers and that they're pioneers.
I said this last time, and I will continue to say it. The spate. Do not fall for this. She's lying.
Of streaming, which
do not take anybody serious that says VTuber community in any way, shape, or form. There's none. Shut up.
Seems like damage control to me. A lot of people did not buy this, but a lot of people in her, let's say, space were quick to defend her and shame VTubers, including, I kid you not, the name Dino Mommy PhD. Now, I had some fillers for that acronym at the end, but I don't want to get banned here. But she was quick to defend Morgue Pie and attack VTubers, saying the VTubers who are...
Oh, yes, yeah. So this lady, right? It's insane, by the way. So as far as I'm aware, this lady got a degree in archaeology, right? She did that for nothing because she's a mattress actress as well. Why am I... See, my entire Twitter timeline, if I go on Twitter, is just, right? It really is just is unsolicited opinions of online mattress actresses. It is crazy.
Complaining about this have it wrong. We should be fighting together for streamer rights and creativity. Instead, you out here mad that you can't show off fake bodies while wanting us to not be able to show and profit off our real bodies. So just like anything else involving
Mission failed, misunderstood. But I don't necessarily agree with it, and I don't particularly like the sexualization of VTubers, particularly, right? I'm not a fan of it. You know that by now. The problem is the double standard. If you can show off your real body to the degree that you do, then VTubers should be able to do that as well. But they can't, so it's a double standard. And people are not fans of double standards.
one of these people, they can't say anything without throwing shade at VTubers. But you can see they're saying we should be fighting together for streamer rights and creativity. First of all, there is nothing creative about what's going on here, okay? Let's not delude ourselves. But also streamer rights. The reason people are bringing up VTubers is because they're being treated harsher by the TOS than face cameras. If someone replicated what Morgue Pie was doing with anime characters, with VTuber models, they'd be banned. Like, no question, right? That's the point people are raising, and of course, this doctor over here doesn't really seem to understand
Yeah, doctor.
what's going on here. But this individual is just not serious, and a lot of people are not taking her very seriously. Thanks.
I love Shu for providing this meme format. I love it. I love that she provided this meme. I love it. It's so good. It's so useful. It is so useful.
To this shoe on head meme that has really made the rounds on social media recently. But just looking at this person's website, I mean, are we serious? Like, of course, this person is fighting for the right to promote a bunch of inappropriate content in a space occupied by children. If it isn't obvious,
She is the inappropriate content. That's crazy, huh?
already, you can see they like to use public spaces, including places where you can see dinosaur bones, right? You go to the museum. She likes to promote her adult content there, a space obviously occupied by children. And I have to censor this despite her wearing a top because I guess it must be very cold in there. And she says, Reizuka has never limited herself to only being one thing. Well, apparently that is going into museums and other spaces occupied by a lot of children and promoting adult content. This is ridiculous. I am sorry. Doing this in a space like that is completely and utterly inappropriate. And of course, this individual is defending more.
Hot take. It's also kind of disrespectful to the science. It is disrespectful to the science. You're just using it to funnel people who are into the hobby or into this, right? Into dinosaurs, into your adult content, and that's really it. God, I don't like these people. They are everywhere. They are like, no, roaches would be an insult to the roaches. They are not even parasites. They're like grass. It grows all over the place, and you have to cut it down once in a while, but it always comes back.
Pork pie and wanting these individuals to have the rights to have this content on a 13 plus platform. Like, it makes way too much sense. Now, of course, going back to Morgue Pie here, she would return and I guess double the entertainment by adding another gimp suit laden individual into her stream because she knows she can get away with one, so why not two? And I'm not going to play the related clip. You get the point, right? You can see what's happening. She's feeding them. This is obviously like softcore adult content being promoted on Twitch. People are tired of it. Now, some people are asking the very important question, which one is the Twitch CEO? Well, yeah, it's at least one of them, but that is the question here. Again, what does Twitch want its identity to be known as? And under the careful watch of Dan Clancy, this is...
I don't know. Mattress actors site, off-brand, chatterbait, I don't know, promoting terrorism. I don't know. I have no idea what Daddy Clancy wants. I have no idea. Can somebody call Jeff Bezos? What is this?
It. This is what people see when they see Twitch, and I'm shocked. We've already seen so many advertisers leave, but I'm shocked more haven't left this platform. I think a lot of them would be mortified to see the state of Twitch, and I can't even imagine what Amazon must think, right? They're still in the red with their takeover of Twitch. They still have not received any money back on their investment in Twitch. And this is what's going on this platform that should have been an easy moneymaker. But let's continue on. Here's some of the quotes. A lot of people just tired of this, saying, ban her and everyone like her. I'm so tired of adult content creators going after underage teens and constantly pushing the boundaries of TOS to slowly funnel them into debauchery and addiction. I mean, yeah, there's a lot more serious of an angle here behind this whole situation.
I mean, it's kind of true. Yeah, that is true, right? At the end of the day, just call Jeff Bezos. Yeah, he owns Amazon. He can pull the plug anytime. Where is he? Where is he? Obviously, yep, it is essentially just slowly funneling people into an addiction. That's true. And also waste of money, right? It's just a waste of money. That as well, right? You're paying for something you could likely see for free online if you just looked a little bit, right? Reddit leaks, whatever. All this stuff is probably public. So I don't know why people pay for it. That's the first thing. Second thing, I agree. We should shame these women. I'll be real. We should. I'm going to be honest. We should. We should 100% shame these women. Shame them, make fun of them, laugh at them. It's just true. Also call the police probably because we'll look at this. They're probably, police wouldn't do anything. They would probably be like, totally fine, no issue. She's not committing a crime here.
But don't worry, Morg Pie is on the case and she is addressing these sets of criticisms directly.
Wouldn't even know what we were doing. They would have no idea what was going on. And it's not my fucking problem. It's not my problem. They're not my kids. No kids should be watching my streams, period. And that's regardless of whatever content I make on Twitch.
This is one of those very obnoxious things where she is hiding behind the TOS. She's basically modeling her morality behind Twitch TOS. Well, if the TOS allows it, I'm good. What I'm doing is fine. She's right on the one hand where parents need to do a better job. That's always the case, right? Parents need to do a better job.
Yep, that is, we can agree on that. Yep, parents are responsible for their children, and if your child is watching something supposed to not to, it's not the creator's responsibility to nuke the child. Of course, when somebody says they're a child, you should nuke them. A young child, right? Depending on what content you make. But overall, it's the parent's responsibility. And in this case, well, we can tell. It's also like, however, you have to say though, if you do this on a platform that is 13 plus, I do see a problem with this argument. This is like posting corn on YouTube Kids. You get the idea? It just doesn't make sense.
Job monitoring what their kids are doing. But Mordpie knows that this platform is 13 plus. She doesn't just know this, she's counting on it. Because guess what? The people watching this, I would say there is a number of children watching this. I think that goes without saying. Because they're getting access to a 13 plus website. They don't even have to go to somewhere that might restrict them by their age. They might not even get a weird look from their parent if the parent is looking at their search history because they're on Twitch, but they're finding this sort of content that is obviously inappropriate for kids to be consuming. Like, I think we can all agree on that. This has no place on a 13 plus website. So Morgpie justifies everything going on here by saying, yeah, I'm aware that all of this is happening, but you know, I'm within the TOS and it's the parents who should do a better job. But she knows full well this is happening. In fact, I would say she's counting on this happening to promote her content, if you want to call it that. And even people who have a very positive view on this stuff don't like what she's doing. You can
I'm all for women making bank and empowering them. What about this is empowering? You know, we retard. This. What about this is empowering? Nothing about this is empowering. Empowering. Mental illness. Yeah, so empowering. What? Yeah, wow. You take all the power to yourself while make men pay you. Anyways.
see this quote saying, "I'm all for women making bank and empowering them, but Twitch is not the platform for this." I mean, I agree with that last part. Empowering? No, I don't think this is empowering for anyone involved. It's not empowering for the likes of Morgpie. It's certainly not empowering for the two people in the suit. And it's not empowering for the people who are watching this. And not empowering, especially for the people
Feminism and its consequences. At play here. Feminism and its consequences right at play here. Yes, making Corin is empowering. What's next? What's next? Is I don't know, spraying men with acid also empowering if you're a woman? What are we doing here? Sorry. I don't get it. Sorry, but how can something bad be empowering? Interesting. This is like saying stealing empowers the poor.
paying for this sort of stuff with their offsite sources, right? All of this is degrading on every level. Like, no one's going to stop you from doing this stuff. It's all degrading. I don't understand how anyone's been convinced that doing stuff like this is empowering for anyone involved in the formula. It's not. But anyways, this person points out Twitch is still a 13 plus site. These adult content creators need to keep that sort of content on the appropriate platform, which is just those spaces. She's pushing the boundaries of TOS just to funnel more people into her adult content, and let me tell you, not all of them are 18 plus. This is damaging to teenagers who can fall victim to this sort of addiction. I miss when Twitch was strictly gaming. Now, of course, I was, harping on this point here, but that's a whole nother discussion. But overall, I agree entirely with this post, and I thank someone like this for having their point of view, but still drawing a line that I think everyone can agree on, right? This stuff, if it feels wrong, if what she's doing feels wrong to you, yeah, it's because it is wrong. Like, this should not be allowed on Twitch. Not only are they allowing this, it's their identity. It's become their identity over gaming. And even when there was
I mean, you can literally see, right, in an interview with Dan Clancy that, like, every person that he was watching and following was people like Morgpie. All of them. Every single one of them was. Crazy.
IRL stuff starting to proliferate on the platform, it wasn't this. It wasn't this, but now this is so common. And you know what else is common? Just abhorrent behavior on Twitch. So Morgpie would invite an individual named
Finally, the racism part. I was waiting for this. Okay, let's hear it.
Nikki, who I guess is another talent, and she would start popping off on white people. Yeah, Twitch is the only place where you can find totally sanctioned racism.
But here's the thing. I mean, like, I've literally DM'd with her and been like, yo, you're so funny, because she's done stuff on her own that I'm like, that's so funny, like, we should stream together or whatever.
Wait, hold on. I need to cut you off because I just saw someone in chat say that she's racist towards white men. And I'm so sorry, but respectfully, shut up. Shut the fuck up, dude. You're gonna act like somebody's being racist towards a white man, the least oppressed group of human beings on society? You can suck.
Oh, yeah, because she's so oppressed in comparison. She is so... right? Yeah, you can tell what her opinion is. Well, the way she, first... It's like funny, right? She lives off of men, likely white dudes, then she profits off of white dudes. All the stuff in her face already is a dead giveaway of what her opinion is. Haha, yeah. I see it. I can almost taste it. The retardation.
Suck my dick. That's insane. Shut up, dude. She says white guys are inferior. They are. That's not racist.
It's like hilarious because I can probably guarantee you that a lot of the stuff that she uses, right? The platform that she uses, probably run by a white dude. The money that she makes is probably from white dudes. You should actually be crawling on the floor, technically, but again, sometimes the Lulu is a Salulu for people.
I hate to break it to you.
What an absolutely abhorrent thing to say. Not only is it ignorant, it's just plain wrong. If you're treating someone differently based on the color of their skin, you're racist. And if you think another race is inferior, you're extra racist, okay? This person is just mask off being racist, discriminating live on Twitch. And this is the only place where this sort of behavior is sanctioned. And I'm sorry, Morg Pie didn't say these things, but guess what? She's at the very least tolerating it. So you have this person who's not only promoting inappropriate content to minors, she's also platforming unapologetic racists and sitting there and saying nothing. It's funny for the woman who seems to have so much to say all the time, who never hesitates to open her mouth the second people say anything about her. But she has a genuine racist sitting next to her, spouting this disgusting nonsense, and she has nothing to say. Nothing to say. You know what? At the end of the day, why would she, right? The people paying for this content, the people watching this, they don't care if these people are disgusting human beings because they're getting what they want out of them. And that's them flaunting their bodies or selling their bodies. That's what they're really there to care about. So yeah, again, this whole like revolving circle of the people involved here, nothing's empowering about this. The people who are making this.
It's also like these people don't even have any support because like the moment they would stop this, right? There would just be nothing, right? Nobody would watch them. Nobody would consume their media. Nobody would watch them. Like the moment they would stop is the moment it would just be over, right?
Stuff not empowering the people who are rewarding behavior like this, not empowering at all. It just shame all around. And here's another quote saying, see, when she is given a pass on the terms of service, she will keep pushing the line until she gets a slap on the wrist. Eventually, she'll get her 13th ban from Twitch, take a 2-day vacation with all the money funneled to her by the 14-year-olds, and then do this all over again with new gray areas. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Is anything going to happen to Morg Pie in this situation? I would say pretty much no. There's almost no chance this is going to happen. This whole situation, again, this is what Twitch has become. And shame on them. Shame on Dan Clancy. All of this is just pathetic. It really is. It's pathetic that Twitch has allowed this. It's pathetic that Morg Pie and people like this do this and take advantage of this platform and all of its inhabitants, all of its visitors, including 13 plus individuals, to make a buck, to make a quick buck. It's insane. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. If you guys enjoyed.
Yep, that's pretty much it. So, to just summarize this entire situation. Yeah, Twitch doesn't give a shit. And they probably won't ever. Reason being, why would they? That's the first. Like, why would they? That's the first thing. They are profiting of this. So, like, why would they? Dan can just, like, stroke it. And that's it. That's really it. There's nothing much we can do. This would only stop with like, who the fuck is Dan Clancy? He's the CEO of Twitch. He is the god gooner of this platform. They had an interview, right, with him, and they had like a bunch of booby streamers in the background. It was crazy. Like just like plenty of booby streamers, right? He goes out with like young women. He's like more than double the age of, right? And like all that stuff. That man is also married. It's like really interesting. By the way, you can tell me that he doesn't. I'm gonna say it. He absolutely 100%. I'm almost convinced he does sleep with these booby streamers in some way, shape, or form. I'm gonna be real, and that's really all there is to it. Yeah. I don't know what to say. Is this the state of Twitch is very interesting. That's one of the reasons why I'm not using it anymore.